Testing. Testing, testing. Hey guys, welcome into cancelthisshow.com. Glad you're with us. The show before the show right now. Hope everybody's ready to rock and roll today. Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to Cancel This. Getting started here. Come on. Hey guys, welcome into the show. Cancel this, cancelthisshow.com. Just setting things up. Derek Pratt, good morning to you, my friend. Miss seeing you, buddy. Hope you're doing all right. Is anybody on X this morning? If you are, my X isn't loading, which is very interesting. Yes, we are live. This is a live show. Getting ready to start. We kick off at about 9 o'clock. This is the show before the show. Joe, I didn't have my lemons for a few days last week. And guess what? I feel sick today. My chest. Go figure. All right, let me go finish up the rest of the stuff. We get started about 9 o'clock. This is the show before the show. Cancel this. CancelTheShow.com. Vic Faust here with you. Pro Joe behind the scenes, helping me from home today. All right, we say good morning to you. Esther, Elena, good morning, Ben and Kimberly, Derek, Jeannie. Getting ready to get things started here. Lots to get to. Hope everybody had a good weekend. We broadcast live out of the St. Louis metro area. Audience all around the country, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, right now, 9 to 10 o'clock. Yes, this is live. We're going to be live. We're live, and we go officially live with the show at 9 o'clock. Let people get on in here, kind of ease on into the show as we take care of technical things, make sure that we sound and look as good as we possibly can. Hey, Projo, check your text, buddy. Hey, Todd. Yeah, the X, something was going on with X. I know it's a huge platform for us. Hopefully give me an update if X is working this morning. Yeah, something's up with X. Guys, if you have friends, let them know. Because I know most people, we've got, I don't know, a couple hundred that listen on X, I know for sure. And then X having issues. Thanks for giving me that heads up, Todd. Yeah, YouTube is working good. Let people know X is down. We've got YouTube working. You've got Facebook. You've got Rumble. Hey guys, it is Monday. Can you feel spring in the air around the country? I know we can in the Missouri area. Share. Thank you, Todd, for letting people know. Thank you for sharing the show. It's how people understand what we're doing. Wonder what Elon has going on with X this morning. That it's down. I had to check. I was turning my service on and off just to make sure that it wasn't me. I guess we'll turn that back on then. Any highlights from the weekend, guys? Good morning to you, Karen. Hey, by the way, Todd, if you guys notice that X comes back up, please let me know. From the chat line, maybe his rapidly disassembling Starship took out a satellite. Democrats literally were making fun of him on TV. That's how bad the Democrats have. Let me tell you something about success in life. It doesn't happen immediately. And the people who laugh and mock and make fun of those who continue to try and achieve excellence, as Elon has, by the way, the richest man in the world, those are the people who keep going, who keep trying, who jump through the levels that nobody else could imagine. Yet you had these Democrats making fun of him because you had rockets blowing up over the weekend. Yeah, the car was full of dirty rain last week. I get it. My girlfriend called me last Thursday morning, Friday morning, whenever it was. I can't remember. Yeah, it was the system. Everybody had it all over their vehicle. I did too. The extreme ultra weather guy, I was checking out he put a post out about it. It's natural. It happens. It's dirt in the air. I saw my first dust up when I was in Lubbock, Texas. Literally, the sky was brown. It was all flat. You could see it coming from about 30 miles. Just a big, brown, ominous sky of dirt. Michael says he's streaming using show Starlink. I doubt it was a satellite. I know. We were just teasing, having some fun. Just let people know what's up today. Good morning, everybody. If you have friends that listen to the show, let them know that we're not on. Hopefully they'll find that, and we'll see. We'll try to get that word out as well. Glad everybody's with us. Check and see what else is going on this morning here before we get started. We'll get to the show in just a second. Glad you guys are with us today. Well, We'll have to wait and see what happens there with old X. YouTube, Facebook, Rumble. That'll work for you today if you want to go ahead and jump in on that. We'll do our best to keep you going. Good morning, Mitch. Joe, good morning to the Patriots all around. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get the show started here. Yeah, it's a Monday. Go figures. I'm running the board. And when I'm running the board by myself, I run the wrong intro. We don't want to see Biden anymore. Or do we? Oh, yes. There was a story about Biden, too. Go figure. Guess what? Oh, now we find out that his auto signature was used on the majority of everything that was signed from the White House, which makes you wonder who the hell was running the White House, who was signing off on all the crap that the Biden administration was putting out. They kept putting his automatic signature on everything, as we told you. And we haven't heard from him or seen him since. You know why? Because they were going to use him and pin everything on him as they tried to tear down our country. But God had different plans for America. God had different plans for Americans. And because of that, we now move on and thank God Donald Trump kicks butt. Hope you Patriots, hope everybody out there is having a wonderful Monday. It is March 8th. It's 9:02. We're here until about 10 o'clock, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. News headlines. You know what we do there. If there's any cancel culture education, we throw that out there as well. We covered the Trump administration, the greatest president in history of this country, as we have seen, getting ready to start week 8, accomplished more in the first 7 weeks that we have seen in the history of this country. It is absolutely phenomenal what we are seeing right now happen in this country. And we should all be grateful, literally thanking God on a daily basis for what we have. Is anybody surprised by this from the chat line with Paul? No, nobody should be surprised by what happened. We literally told you on the show what was going to happen. All of the bad was going to come out because the truth does come out eventually. Maybe not all the time that we need or want, but it will. And we're going to find out just how bad things are. As Donald Trump has said, he's like, I've got no time for vengeance. I've got no time for all the other things. We got to find out what we can do. Nothing should be valid since he was deemed unable to stand trial. Jeannie, great point. Should be. The Democrats like a double standard. Well, we want it this way and we want it that way. We don't think he was able to stand trial, but he should still be able to have all of those bills he signed with his automatic penmanship signature on there. Pissed about Biden, Brandon. Yeah, I know. But so much good is happening now. The great thing is the cleansing is going on. The growing pains are happening right now. But even the growing pains that we're experiencing as a country, as Donald Trump said, he wouldn't say that we won't feel some sort of a recession as we pull out of the abyss that we were in for so long with the Biden administration. We do have good happening. The growing pains are now. This is the worst part. And the worst part is a great part because we see the change happening. You know what I'm talking about. You go through life, you're going through those workouts and they suck and you're eating right and it can suck. But you know what? You start to see results and you're like, I can do this. And it gives you more motivation. It's the same analogy with our country right now. We've got things rocking. We've got things rolling and we are so happy about that. No pardons either coming from the chat line. How about the Biden crime family? Absolutely. It's happening. But you know what? We get pissed about some of the things that happen to our country. But at the end of the day, a savior came in with the safety net to save us from our fall, our free fall. And now things are rocking and rolling. Coming up on the show today, some really good Trump talk on Air Force One with reporters about how rich America is going to be in. And then just really I love how he puts reporters in their place who are looking to just stir the pot, start trouble. They're not there to do a journalistic job. They're there to try to start trouble. And Trump calls them out every single time. And I can talk about that because I know I mean, I've interviewed presidents all the way down to convicts, you name it. You know when somebody's trying to start trouble, and that's what they are. From the chat line, we are bitter as hell. I know, I know. You can be bitter, but be happy at the same point in time and be thankful and make sure to give an account of yourself and what is happening with this great country right now. From the chat, I started working hard at 14 years old. There's no hard work there. No, I know there wasn't. Glenn says, remember when Mike Johnson had a meeting with Biden asking him why he signed an executive order and Biden said he didn't sign it? I do remember. It's another example. And that's on video. Is there something that can be done? Because when I looked at that story that broke on Fox, for those who are joining us right now, I know we're not on X this morning. We are on Facebook. You can watch us live on Facebook. Cancel this. You can watch us on Rumble. You can watch us on YouTube. But I remember that, and I'm glad you brought that up, Glenn. Absolutely. He didn't know what the hell was going on. What else has gone on, as I said, that we would find out once he left office, and we wouldn't hear from him again. Trump knows. His administration knows. And that's why he's put together the Avengers, the best team that we've ever seen. Paul says, and the reckoning is coming. Patience is the key. Trump has most of his key players in positions where they can make the most difference. Can't wait. That's exactly what I was just getting to. Trish says, we all need to praise God every chance we get. I truly believe he heard all of us and saved us. More prayer. Well, once again, Christian or not, you got to pray. You can't do everything yourself. Have you not realized that? Nobody has a perfect life, and we know that we can't do everything ourselves. I have some good friends that don't pray. They should. But at the same point in time, those things are good. Jenny says, how about that badass Andrew Bailey suing big time? Yeah, for the state of Missouri, billions of dollars in a settlement. I don't know how that's going to work out when it comes to money with China and COVID. But Andrew Bailey, friend of the show, has been nothing but spectacular since he took office. He continued the mission that U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt had going on as well. We'll take the show where you guys want to from there. Andrew Bailey stepped into the shoes that U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt started when it came to suing the government and going after Biden. And Missouri leading the way from that standpoint, thanks to our man, Andrew Bailey, who, by the way, if you don't forget, was being looked at a possible. He was one of the finalists for FBI director. He was interviewed. He went to Mar-a-Lago. We told you that story of him meeting with Elon and how Elon is just like anybody else with kids, like falling all over him. I know Elon has many kids. I think he just had 14, but just talking about how they were good guys. So Andrew Bailey, thank you for showing the way, the show me state in Missouri. Not sure what you're talking about, Mitch, when it comes to a Georgia senator arrested. However, we will get that when we get back in. We will get our land back from China. I hope we do. You guys are out and about on the chat line strong this morning. Thank you so much for joining us here for Cancel This. Vic Faust here. I'm ready to bring you everything that we possibly can. Trump with talking about how rich America is going to be. Also, that reporter that I was just talking about trying to start trouble. Over the weekend, I'd love to just be kind and sweet, but we have to call it out. These Ukrainian mobsters who are and there are these older people out just starting trouble. They're in the St. Louis area too. Chasing JD Vance and his 3-year-old daughter down. Shame on you. Shame on you, because once again, it just shows who you are, you Ukrainian supporters. And if you don't call them out, then you're worse than those who chased JD Vance and his 3-year-old daughter down. I mean, seriously, how can you look in the mirror and do that and say, you should listen to us? We're kind, loving people. No, you're not. The only thing I have seen from you Ukrainian sympathizers when it comes to this whole situation, after what you just saw with your leader, is sickening. You're sickening. If you're on the Ukrainian side of this, you're sickening if you're going to support that. And we need to call that out, because nobody should get a pass when they are chasing down a 3-year-old who is with his dad, whether he's the vice president or not. Disgusting, embarrassing, sick. And if you really think anybody is going to hear your cause, and if anybody says, well, I don't want to say anything, I thought it was really bad. No, then shame on us for not saying anything. That needs to be called out. Once again, bullies. There is no place for bullies in this world. No place, especially unsolicited. There are people who will get in your face. There are people who will stoke you. There are people who will try to antagonize you and do it day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. But this vice president's just out with his 3-year-old daughter, and they chased him down. JD Vance said they're shitty people. Thank you, JD Vance. It's not a time to say, well, these are bad people. No, call them who they are. They're shitty people for doing that. And I saw some groups in the St. Louis area last week supporting Ukraine. I mean, I didn't see anything violent. They weren't blocking the streets, just some really goofy signs and embarrassing statements on the signs that don't make any sense. But it is what it is. We should chase them down and deport them in the parking lot from the chat line. What's with Senator Kelly going to Ukraine? He needs to be penalized for going behind the president's back. I couldn't agree anymore. Doesn't he have Secret Service protection? I don't know. I honest to God don't know. The thing about the VP when he goes out, maybe he didn't want it. Maybe he didn't ask for it. He's trying to actually go out and be a dad with his daughter, and all of that stuff kind of goes through. I hope the left continues this strategy all the way through midterms. Keep it up, you unhinged clowns, coming from the chat line this morning. Yeah. I mean, that's what's happening right now. There's just no need for it. But I guess when you're angry and you're confused and you're dumb and you're desperate, that's what's going to happen. This is a party without a leader. It's a party without a mission. It is a party without a focus. And it's certainly a party without policy. And that's why they're getting their ass kicked in every election now. That's why they don't have the support of those around them. That's why you see Republicans gaining, Democrats losing all over the country. That's why you see a total dipshit like Gavin Newsom, total dipshit. We've already seen that. His ratings are in the gutter. So what does he do? I'm going to come out with a podcast. I'm going to do Charlie Kirk's show and talk about how great Republicans are and how my son loves Charlie Kirk, because they're trying. They're desperate. There's no leader. Those army ants are scattered all over the place right now, except when it comes to telling you that boys should be allowed to play in girls' sports. Remember last week, don't forget, every single Democratic Congress member, every single one, voted to keep boys playing in girls' sports. Every single one of them. Remember that. That's who the Democratic Party is. Boys playing in girls' sports, regardless of the consequences. And I don't care if it's one time, 100 times, 1,000 times. It shows you where their mind is, and it shows you where their heart is, and it shows that they don't care about women or women's rights. And women should have that ability to be protected, and they're not. Yet these people are going to come out here and tell you everything is happening for what the Democrats are doing. You've also got, on that note, Senator Lee Slotkin literally having a problem when it comes to that whole issue of boys and girls and playing in sports. Just wait to hear who she says should decide whether somebody's a boy or a girl. Kristi Noem with an update on the success that the Homeland Security team is having so far as well. And anything else that you guys want to throw into the show, we'll get it in there for you. This is Cancel This, canceltheshow.com. Vic Faust here. Glad you guys are with us this morning. Okay. Wanted to jump in on Donald Trump this morning because what a weekend he's had. He has these weekends and weeks every time. As he gets ready to start week 8, the budget's become a big deal when it comes to that, because now you have him saying that he expects another big busy week in the Oval Office, rather. They're in the midst, lawmakers on Capitol Hill, of hammering out a stopgap spending bill that would fund the federal government through September 30th. Now, if they don't, obviously it's going to be a shutdown, and we know the Democrats want a shutdown. They want controversy. They want problems. They don't want to work with the president. Trump said, quote, "I am working with the great House representatives on a continuing resolution to fund the government until September to give us some much needed time to work on our agenda." He put that out last week. He says conservatives will love this bill because it sets up to cut taxes and spending in reconciliation, all while effectively freezing spending this year. That's what he has been trying to do. Now, negotiators from this bill released a 99-page portion of it. It's a piece of legislation over the weekend. Now, what it says, it's going to maintain the current government funding levels through the beginning of the fiscal year 2026. That begins October 1st. So House Republicans have said that they are confident the bill is going to pass on Republican support alone, which, God, we could only hope so. So that's going to be a big situation that's coming up as well. I don't know what the Democrats have in mind. We know they're not going to play nice, and that's just part of it. So you deal with it, you move on, and then you go from there. From the chat line, the left is now celebrating every time one of Musk's rockets fails and falls into the ocean. I know I started the show, if you're just getting with us right now, by bringing that up. He says he is responsible for 90% of anything going into space currently. Great point. Here's the deal. When you don't have policy, you don't have a mission, you don't have a leader, you don't have a cause, you don't have American support, you're going to act like ghetto Jasmine Crockett. You're going to act like AOC. You're going to act like these people who are lost, immature kids, yell, scream, do whatever they can to go viral. Make fun of Elon Musk because his rockets are failing. It's not a failure unless you give up. Elon Musk, by the way, is the richest man in the world. I think I trust Elon over you Democrats who are making fun of him because of his rockets. Guess what? 90% of what's going up into space is because of Elon. Thank you, Elon, for the support that you are giving this world and this country. Don't be surprised. We've dealt with people like this in our life. They get upset because you won't play ball with them, because you won't be friends with them, or you won't come to their side. And then they'll start to make fun of you behind your back. They'll rip you. They'll antagonize you. They'll try to set you up. They'll try to make things bad in your life any way they possibly can. That's what the Democrats are doing right there. I thought that was NASA's rocket that blew up for Mitch. No, Elon is responsible for that, and they were making fun of him because of it, which is just sad. But yeah, let's make fun of the richest man in the world who's been a trillion times more successful than anybody else on this planet. Okay, most everybody else. Yeah, let's make fun of Elon. That looks really, really smart for you to do. But Donald Trump getting ready for a busy week, week 8. Things have been as good as they can possibly be. This is interesting. I love how he's putting people in place when it comes to the reporters, because these reporters are so freaking lost. All they're trying to do, start trouble. And, oh, you want to talk about this and talk about that? Well, here we go. Here's Donald Trump being asked by a reporter if Trump is being disrespected by Putin because of the war that's going. Just a stupid question. I mean, it shouldn't be asked. It was asked, and now we're going to have to deal with it. So whatever, it is what it is.
When you're trying
to the president.
Disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine when you're trying to make peace there. It's President Putin disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine when you're trying to make peace there.
What did he do?
Well, he's attacking Ukraine.
Is he disrespecting me?
Yeah.
Who are you with?
I'm Michael Burnbaum from Washington Post.
You've lost.
Yeah, lost a lot of credibility. I mean, what are you going to get out of that, really? Good morning to people jumping in on the chat line. Paul, Mitch, Tanya, good morning. X is not working this morning. It has nothing to do with us. We'll keep you posted on that. I know that we have hundreds of people that listen on that site alone, so we're grateful for jumping in on the other sides where you can find it. Also, just antagonistic. They're trying to get him at a moment. We all have our moments. I mean, we may say we never have moods, but we do as humans. Sometimes things get us upset. Thank you, Donald Trump, for being absolutely amazing in the first 7 weeks as we get ready to start week 8 when it comes to what's happening. But as good as that is, this is something that really gets me excited when it comes to this country, when it comes to what Donald Trump has in store, the entire tariff situation now. When you break it down and you look at what's actually happening, I love Donald Trump explaining what Canada is doing. Canada has a new prime minister. Justin Trudeau is out. And okay, fine. Justin Trudeau's out. They replaced him with another guy who's anti-Trump. Just put it that way. And if you think the relationship with the United States and Canada is going to get any better just by chance, it's not. Mark Carney's his name. You can check him out. The guy he's a World Economic Forum backer. He's a money guy. He's the new Canada ruling party. I hope that Canada follows their conservative choice, Pierre Poilievre. But It's just, it's not good. We've got an escalating trade war. We've got a tariff situation. National news media and world media doesn't cover what Canada has done when it comes to their tariffs. And here's Donald Trump explaining what's actually happening with Canada when it comes to tariffs. And he couldn't
But
be any more
our
right.
numbers are a tiny fraction of that, almost non-existent. And what we're doing is freeing up our forests from the environmental nonsense that they put on them, where you can't cut down a tree. And we have to cut down trees in order to build the firewalls. And those trees are sold, but we're freeing it up on an emergency basis because Canada has been ripping us off for years on tariffs for lumber and for dairy products. 250%. Nobody ever talks about that. 250% tariff, which is taking advantage of our farmers. So that's not going to happen anymore. They'll be met with the exact same tariff unless they drop it, and that's what reciprocal means. And we may do it as early as today, or we'll wait till Monday or Tuesday. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to charge the same thing. It's not fair. Never has been fair. And they've treated our farmers badly. Look, our country's been ripped off by everybody.
Yes, it does. Thank you, Donald Trump, for explaining that. See, the thing is, the rest of the world, while they were ripping us off, thought that this is fair and just and right. And then when you stop the free gravy train, you'll find out who's respectful. You'll find out who has integrity and character. It's those who say, thank you. Thank you for helping us out. Okay, we got to go do our own thing now. Those who get angry, like, wait a second, you're mean, you're bad. No. You got used to the handout. You got used to screwing us over. Those days are done. Just because it was happening doesn't mean it was right. But that's what the Canadians are doing. I don't know, Mitch. He says the Canadians want to join us. Mitch, I've listened to some very disrespectful, ungrateful, nasty, rude Canadians for the last month boo our national anthem at hockey games. And those are white men who are, a lot of those are white Canadian men booing us. And hardcore sports fans. You know what? We'll find out about Canada in days to come. But we shouldn't have to do what we're doing. And especially when Donald says, yeah, you made some strides, very few steps towards securing the border and taking care of the fentanyl that's coming in, but you haven't done what we need to do yet. So guess what? You can go do your media press conferences, Trudeau, and I'm going to make sure that we tariff you and make sure we're going to make it as hard as we can until you do what you have to do, because I'm going to protect Americans. Thank you, Donald Trump, from the chat line. No, F the Canadians. I'm not worried about Canada's stuff from the chat line. They can keep it. I try to buy American always. Yeah, that's what we should do. I'm sorry. I have some Canadian friends and I love them. And we do some business with some Canadian ag companies. But Canada, outside of that, can go screw themselves. Donald Trump he wasn't elected Prime Minister of Canada. He was elected president by an overwhelming amount, even though all the fake votes came in late to say, oh, it was so close. No, it wasn't. One in every swing state, and every state moved towards the Republican Party. Paul says, I give Canada credit for talking tough on the surface, but stop with this nonsense. Don't get into a battle. You won't and cannot win. Mitch says 5% bad everywhere. Yeah, no, I agree. I do. It's just this whole it's not going to end well for Canada. And they're trying to keep people at bay. If Canadians really cared, they would rise up against their government. But we don't see that happening. We saw the trucking situation happen, and we saw Canada go right after them. But thank God Donald Trump is explaining what the hell is happening. And then on the heels of that, I just love the fact that we've actually got Trump talking about how important things are when it comes to this country and why he's putting the tariffs where he is. And he needs to get the tariffs where they are. He said that America is going to be rich because of this. And you're going to hear Donald Trump talk about this because Donald Trump is who is leading this country. Let me go ahead and put this up here, and I'll show you what Trump had to say about it, because he was on the plane on Air Force One doing an interview, because he does so many of them, record amount of interviews, where he is talking about what's happening, about the USA being rich, becoming rich because of the tariffs and because of what we have. And thank God we have a president who cares enough to look for it, to help us, to do what he can to make sure that, you know, everything that we've got in this country is happening for a reason. I'm pulling that up for you right now. And we will see just a second here. Oh, I lost it for a second. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I had it there. Okay. I'll try to find it. I'm doing the whole show here by myself today, and I just wanted to make sure that we could find that Trump talking about what's happening when it comes to everything with these tariffs and why America is going to be rich, and how all of this stuff is happening, what is happening right now, because we really need to figure out where this country is going and how we're going to be a better situation. I'll try to find that for you later. I don't want it to go really bad there. Sorry, I couldn't find it yet. I'm still looking. All I know is that Trump's got everything on his shoulder, and he is looking to see what he can possibly get done. Basically, what Trump said when it came to that whole situation is this. Yeah, how do you argue against reciprocating tariffs? Yeah, you can't. At least Trump is being honest by saying we may feel it financially for a very brief time. What he said is America is going to be rich, very, very rich, because of what is happening with the tariff situation right now. Does anybody want to go through all of that stuff? No, we don't want to have to go through it. No, it's not fun. But when things are as bad as they have been, you have to find somehow, some way to stop the bleeding, and then you move from there. And once you're able to do that, then you can find a way to get back, to find a way to make sure that, oh yeah, okay, I see what's going on now. We can make something happen out of this. We can become a good country again. We can be the kind of country that we need to be. Trump is letting everybody know what's happening, and he's not worried about upsetting or offending people. And that's what we have to do. We have to find a president who is going to do that. And that's what we have right now. Thank God we have that. So here's Donald Trump talking about tariffs and how they're going to help our country.
It's going to make our country rich again.
Are you worried about a recession? Maria Bartiromo asked you, and you kind of hesitated.
I'll tell you what, of course you hesitate. Because all I know is this: we're going to take in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs, and we're going to become so rich, you're not going to know where to spend all that money. I'm telling you, you just watch.
President, are you alarmed by escalatory rhetoric from the Chinese in response to your tariffs? And are you planning to meet with Xi Jinping about trade anytime soon?
No, they took that rhetoric back, as you know. They were very tough, and I said, whoa, what's that all about? That rhetoric was taken back.
Is there going to be a government shutdown at the end of this week?
Could happen. I mean, the Democrats want that. They want to destroy the country. So I can't tell you, but it could happen. It shouldn't have happened, and it probably won't. I think the CR is going to get passed. We'll see, but it could happen. Well, I don't think the tensions are high. Look, Elon's a very special person, and these cabinet people are special people. You know, these are very successful people, or they wouldn't have gotten, you know, they've attained the highest heights of government. And I think they have a fantastic relationship to Elon. And Doge has been incredible. You know, hundreds of billions of dollars of waste and fraud and abuse has been already found.
Yeah, Donald Trump making sure everybody knows what's happening when it comes to the tariffs. He is such the businessman. He is so intelligent. He was God ordained to get this whole situation here. And that's why we're glad that we have Donald Trump with us. By the way, it seems like X may be back up. Oh, Chris, thank you for that. Yep, it certainly is. We appreciate you guys letting us know that. I'm glad they are here. Let me give our message out to everybody. All right. Glad that you guys are here from the chat line. Cut the finger off to save the hand. Save the hand, you save the body as a whole. Kimberly says, hey, we barely made it through the COVID economy, so tariff inflation can't be that bad. He's just honest, and he talks to us like a businessman. I mean, we weren't used to having this transparency and truth under Biden as we started the show off, letting everybody know what was happening when it came to his auto signature being used on the majority of bills that were signed, on the majority of paperwork that needed to be signed. Now we come out and we see what's happening. From the chat line, Glenn, the Marshall Plan, 1948, didn't tariff Germany and Japan so they could rebuild their economies after World War II, and it worked well for them. Worked very well. That's a great point. It worked well for them at that point in time because we were coming out of World War II. But Trump now, of course, making sure people understand what he is all about. The tariff situation is to help America, and everything that he is doing at this point in time is to help America. And we see what the Democrats have tried to do when it comes to trying to make something bad when we really don't have that. I told you earlier in the show what was happening when it came to, and it's just, I hate it. It's sad. JD Vance should not be dealing with what he's dealing with. He said that Ukrainian supporters chased him and his daughter. He finally had to stop and talk to them and then try to get away from him, and he couldn't because they were chasing him down to talk to him while he had his 3-year-old daughter. And I'm just telling you these Ukrainian supporters they're unhinged. You can't trust them. What they put on signs is nuts. And they come out after we saw Zelensky do it, even if they weren't unhinged, even if Ukraine was in the right and America wasn't. What we saw from their leader 2 Fridays ago is enough to say, So if anybody is going to go out and support that guy, and we've shown you all of his cross-dressing, transgender BS stuff and how he's all about sexual innuendos and just nasty stuff, and then that's what people want to go out and support. I mean, yuck. Makes me want to throw up. Yuck. And then they go after JD Vance and his 3-year-old daughter. So if you're a Democrat or an independent and you support that, shame on you. Shame on you. And for those people who won't call it out and say, I just want, shame on you. From the chat line, where was his bodyguards? Yeah, that was asked earlier. Here's what happened in that incident. JD Vance eventually had to talk about, he put this out. He said, today, while walking with my 3-year-old daughter and a group of Slava Ukrainian protesters followed us around, shouted at my daughter, and it grew increasingly anxious, and I was scared. I decided to speak with the protesters in hopes that I could trade a few minutes of conversation for them leaving my toddler alone. Nearly all of them agreed. It was mostly respectful conversation, but if you're chasing a 3-year-old as part of a political protest, you're a shit person. And I couldn't agree with you anymore. JD Vance, thank you for doing what you did. There's no reason, no way you should not have to deal with this kind of crap. I mean, literally, he can't go out and enjoy anything with his family because of what was happening. JD Vance tried. I mean, he tried to be kind. He tried to be sweet and have the conversation. And it was normal. It was a quick conversation. I mean, nothing crazy, but they weren't there to talk, JD. They were there to start trouble. Maybe they might have been. It's just sad. I'm just glad that JD handled it the way that he did. But if you're chasing the vice president with his 3-year-old daughter, look how he kept his cool. Amazing. You are a shit person. And if you support that kind of action, you are a shit person as well. And I think we have to agree with the vice president for calling you that. It's unhinged behavior. And we're seeing more and more of it all around. And because things are going so well in this country, you're going to see Democrats get more and more upset. You're going to see them get more and more frustrated. You're going to see them get more and more maybe desperate when it comes to how they're trying to handle things in life, when it comes to, what they're going to say, what they're going to do. I don't know. I mean, should we be afraid? No, we shouldn't be afraid. But at the same point in time, how far will they go? What else are they going to do? Are they going to continue to I don't know. I don't know. And then this is some other things that we're starting to see now. Jasmine Crockett, by the way, when she went into office, was in debt, about $50,000 of debt. Now she allegedly has a net worth of $9 million. And what have we seen from her? yell loud, racist, obnoxious, mean comments to try to make a name for herself. And then all of a sudden last week, oh, her and Tampon Timmy could be a presidential ticket. She's towing the party line. They're paying her to say all the crazy stuff, but the stuff is nuts. And I don't hear anybody on the left calling her out. And I don't want to give her too much publicity, but you have to see who she is and what she's doing. And this is what no Democrats are condemning her or AOC for what they did here too. Check this out, because if this doesn't show you, I don't ever remember seeing anything like this when it came to elected officials. Look at this. Stop. See what's happening. And we'll just continue to play it. It shows little stickers for our listeners on the podcast. Stop. One is labeled AOC. One is labeled Jasmine Crockett. And they're beating the hell out of a little stick figure with the name Republicans on it. And they both posted this. They put this out there. Stop. Democrats, what say you? Where are you? Everything this is what the Democratic Party has fallen down to. And I'm sorry if you have family members who are Democrats. I have some friends who are. They'll try to wipe this off. I'm just grateful. Remember and appreciate why we do this. It's not just to rip Democrats. It's to appreciate what we have in Donald Trump. To appreciate that we have a true leader in office. I mean, not afraid, but very aware. Amazing how much she's earned in such a short time in office. Yeah, her salary was $120,000. She was $50,000 in debt. Now she's worth $9 million. Yeah. Yeah. Are they children under 10? Yeah, they are. Just be grateful for what we have with the conservative party right now, being a Republican. And we're not perfect. Not everything's perfect. It's not going to be perfect. But at least we have a leader now. Yeah. Robert says that's a mental disorder on display. It's very scary where the Democrats are right now. Mental disorder on display. That's what you call an MDD. Yeah, an MDD. They actually put that out there as they thought that was going to be good and fun and kind. Oh my God. Jeannie, yeah, you heard the clapping. When we're playing videos, if I talk over it, my voice is a little bit lower. That's what happens. Yeah, just be grateful. We have Donald Trump once again. But that's not it. And I'm grateful that success is abounding all over the place right now within the Republican Party, while the Democratic Party is in trouble. And I only bring this up because things are going so well with Republicans. We got to continue to stay the course, not get complacent, but still go out, give an account of yourself, let people know why you're a conservative, help in those opportunities where you get a chance. Kristi Noem, by the way, and I love the transparency when it comes to the success and the results that are happening right now too, because they're going out and letting everybody know what they're doing. We're finding out right now everything that's happening. Kristi Noem here on the success that Homeland Security is having right now. And thank you, Kristi Noem, for the job you're doing.
That won't be perpetuated amongst other families in other states that we have. And even everywhere I've been in this country out there looking at what President Trump has done on immigration and border enforcement, the people that I meet are saying thank you. Thank you for getting these terrorists out of the country. He has deported in just 1 month.
Have you deported
22
terrorists?
known and terrorists on the terrorist watch list are out of this country now. We have almost 700 gang members that have been deported out of the country in just a month, and
which have been redefined as foreign terrorist organizations.
Well,
by the Trump
281 specific TDA members, which we know are the worst of the worst, have been taken out of this country. So everyone that has a story like Laken Riley's family or Jocelyn's family, they're extremely grateful that won't be perpetuated amongst other families in other states. That we have, and even everywhere I've been.
Thank you, Kristi Noem. Success breeds success. Hard work breeds success. Winning becomes the norm. Working hard becomes the norm. Doing what's right for America first becomes the norm. We have success, and that's what we're starting to see in America. Love it, love it, love it. Mitch says, if everyone shared this show to 10 people and they shared it to 10 people and they shared it to 10 people, look how many you would have. Mitch, I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. We've been doing this for years now. We're doing approaching 600 episodes. We just want to get the truth out there and let you guys go at it and have a platform. Yeah, we're probably going to learn her money is coming from Maxine. That was on our Jasmine Crockett situation. That's true. She's a little vaccine waters is what people call her. Paul says nuts. Chris says still not as cringe as the choose your fighter. That was what we showed you last Thursday. Another example of how the left just can't meme. Well, yeah, now you're talking about them not being intelligent as well. I'm not going to go there. I just know that what we've seen is prideful and anger, and we don't need that anywhere. Todd says, Vic, I like the glasses. Yeah, my friend. Todd, good to see you checking in today. From the chat line as well, Paul says, Vic, have you heard that Trump created an app for self-deportation? No, I have not. Let me know more about it. We'll check it out and we'll focus on it tomorrow. I did know that because now we have no illegals at our southern border. Literally, there was video that was showed yesterday. Guess what? The illegals stopped coming because they didn't want to go through the hell that was going to happen once they got here. Oh, but they just want a new life. Yeah, they don't want to do it the legal way. Yet you had all the bleeding hearts telling us what was going to happen. Let's just be real and talk fact. You know what this show's about? It's about fact first, feeling second. It's about fact first, fiction second. Glenn says, left is upset with the deportations, but didn't mind it when Clinton and Obama deported millions. And we showed you those video clips as well. How quickly people forget what was actually happening. Christy Nome, thank you for doing the job that you're doing. Once again, we know she could have been vice president. I think she would have done a fantastic job there as well. I'm glad how it all worked out. She has really taken this by storm. One quick question. I did have somebody ask me, Vic, do you think that Christy Nome is too much into the photo ops? I was like, really? Are illegals being hunted down and deported? Yes. Does she take a lot of pictures? Is she in a lot of videos? Is her hair done perfectly? Does her Homeland Security vest fit perfectly? Yes. Who cares? If the job is being done, I don't care how many times I see her. If that is the case, whatever. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Donna says, no way to Easy Street. Randy Travis song, country music, getting a shot this morning. Okay, so we were talking about all the success that Trump's had. We talked about the tariffs, his people who continue to have success that he has brought through. It's all wonderful, but here's another thing that just scares me a little bit. Just remember who you are, who we are, and what you're going to be continuing to fight. Yes, we showed you Gavin Newsom last week telling Charlie Kirk that, oh, yeah, you Republicans got it right. You guys are winning. You had a big win. Mitch says, by the way, thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Elon Musk. Always good to thank them. Paul says she's easy on the eyes. Yeah, I think she's a pretty lady. Heck yeah, she's a pretty lady. So why not see her then? But damn, all of Trump's appointees are pretty ladies. Aren't they smart? Remember when that goofball Mark Cuban, the idiot, oh, he doesn't have any capable smart women around him. Not only did Trump just squash little Marky like the cockroach he is, he found pretty women who are also far more intelligent than he is, who could do the job and stay all intact regardless of what was said about them and not become unhinged like Mark. She's a hell of a lot better than looking at camel toe. I couldn't agree with you anymore, Jeannie. Once again, that's what can happen. Senator Elise Zlotnick of Michigan. She really had some issues over the weekend explaining what a boy is and a girl. This is why be happy with who we have and what we're doing as a country when it comes to the conservative side. Yes, Trish, Newsom is going to run for president. I don't trust him at all. You shouldn't. He's responsible for LA burning down. He's responsible. And then he's trying to maneuver and, hey, look at my hair and I'm all cool. And, oh, yeah. Charlie Kirk, my son loves you. You guys have done a great job. He reminds me of a mega pastor. Those televangelists. Oh, yeah, God loves you. Joel Osteen. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'm not trying to rip Joel. I mean, but once again, it's got to be about scripture, not feeling good, not a motivational speaker, scripture. And they do a great job, but that's who Gavin reminds me of now. Like, oh yeah, hey everybody, everything's good. Slick salesman type of guy. Look, and just try to forget about what happened in LA and people's lives who were uprooted because of him. And now I'm gonna do a podcast. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Michigan Senator Elise, she gave the rebuttal to Trump's amazing speech the other night. And here she is, literally telling you that a community should decide if a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. Glenn says he's more like a used car salesman. Yeah, but he dresses slick. Like he's got a lot of money and he dresses very nicely. Hair is perfect. Makeup is on point. That's why I say what I say. He's camera ready all the time. And I don't want to rip used car salesman because, and not that you're trying to do that. He's responsible for everything that happened in California. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Listen to Elise, though. This is where the Democrats are, and this is a problem for sure. When she can't decide who is a boy and who is
Senator, do you agree with Governor Newsom?
Well, look, I think, you'll have to talk to Mr. Newsom and his podcast, and we're all talking about it now because it's, good controversy. For me, I grew up playing 3 seasons of sports. In Michigan, sports is like our religion, right? I wouldn't be here, I think, without the leadership training that I got in women's sports. But for me, it's like, let the local community figure this out, right? In Michigan, we have a process in place where if someone who's born a boy wants to play in women's sports, you have to get a waiver. We've had it happen 2 times in our entire state. So let the local communities, just like everything with schools, handle that issue. For me, though, I think, this issue is being sort of brought up in order to make sparks and see sparks fly.
What? Let a community decide? How about science? How about God? Just let a local community decide. Yeah, we're letting our community decide whether that's a boy or a girl. That's so this is why I tell my conservative friends, don't worry. Trump is dominating. His approval rating is at an all-time high. Just about every state went conservative. He's not losing people. Remember that conversation we had last week? He's not losing people. Once again, growing pains. You got to get rid of the crap. You got to go to grow. You got to go through some of those issues. He's got to undo the bad, clean up the stuff, build the foundation before we can have that nice, beautiful house in the United States of America. And if Canada doesn't want to go along and they want us to still subsidize them and Trump won't, shame on you. And if you want to put tariffs back on us, shame on you. We'll see. Have your country. That's all right. You can be our little dog, little lap dog. You can be our little brother. It doesn't matter. We're trying to move forward and move this country forward. Jeannie says, then stay in your community and do not leave it. Paul says they're all cowards when they talk like this. They don't want to lose their seat and all the potential money they'll earn. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. They're getting paid because of interest to try to destroy America from the outside. We've talked about this before. The way you take down America is destroy it from the inside. But I mean, you gotta stay the course with all of this that's going on. But the one thing is you don't see those Democrats getting on each other. And this was very sad. What we see happening too. You literally had a Democratic mayor from Maryland arrested on over 50 counts of child porn. Patrick Wojcik, the first openly gay member of College Park, Maryland, who was also a regular White House guest, by the way, and Pete Buttigieg, mentee, has just been arrested on 56 counts of child porn. That's right, 56 counts of child porn. Charlie Kirk broke this news last night. It's sad and it's scary to think. That's why you just can't trust anybody at any level or any politician, which is why we have to have some sort of accountability, some sort of godliness when it comes to this stuff, and have our politicians be transparent. Just listen to this, because this blew my mind when I saw this come down. I was like, there is absolutely no way this is happening.
Democrat mayor in Maryland arrested on 56 child pornography related charges. The mayor of College Park, Maryland, Patrick Wojahn, was arrested Thursday on 56 child pornography possession and distribution charges. He's a gay activist, 47-year-old gay activist, Democrat, faces 40 counts of possession. It's hard to even read this, I'll be honest. It's so disgusting. It's vomit-inducing, but it's real. So if you don't have the stomach for this, then I apologize. Possession of exploitive child material and 16 counts of distribution of exploitive child material, a press release from the Prince George County Police Department said. Now, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children were first alerted that the department had a social media account operating within the county and was distributing, quote, suspected child pornography on February 17th, according to PGPD. And law enforcement deserves credit for working quickly and arresting a rather high-profile Democrat, someone that is, and we'll talk about this in a second, someone that was awfully popular with Buttigieg and that whole cabal. Regular guest at the White House, all that. And by the way, just so we're clear, at least 13 mayors in the last couple of years have been arrested on child sex crimes since 2021. That's really strange, isn't it? So he resigned as mayor of College Park, Maryland. College Park, Maryland is where the University of Maryland is. Now, why this story is noteworthy is that this is not just some random person. This seems to be a buddy-buddy with Mayor Pete, one of Mayor Pete's best friends. Has Mayor Pete spoke out against this? I haven't seen anything. This is a close confidant, it seems. Multiple pictures. In fact, they called it, they said it was a mentor-mentee relationship. Multiple times that they're photographed together. Now, I am going to push back against some of the rush to judgment.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I'll stop that right now from that standpoint. But you got to prosecute. You got to get these people out. You got to go after it. You got to bring it public, especially with the connections of these people. It is bad. Where's the national media? Yeah, this came out yesterday. It should be a leading story, and it's not. Protect our kids, protect our women, and that is not what has been done. And I am grateful because right now a cleansing period is going on. As Donald Trump told us, the golden age of America is upon us, and that's why people absolutely love him in droves. 100% behind this man, because America is now being put first again, as we should. Chris says he was probably hand delivering stuff directly to the White House so they wouldn't have a digital trail. Maybe not. But good continues to happen. The divisiveness of this country, we are stopping. You'll find some Democrats who don't want to see the success. They don't want to see the winning because of the Trump derangement syndrome that we've talked about. What Robert refers to as the mental disorder that is taking place. But there is good news to report. I like this. Check this out, guys. As we talk this morning, this happening today as we speak. Right now, look at this. Work crews are eliminating the Black Lives Matter BS that was all over the streets in D.C. Look at this. How about this? Work crews just north of the White House are dismantling the Black Lives Matter plaza that stood there for 4.5 years. D.C. Mayor Bowser agreed to retire BLM Plaza following threats to federal funding from Congress because we should be a country united. We should not be a country that is divisive. And we know what BLM did. It was divisive. And we know that it was an organization that cheated out people who were giving them money. We know it was a crooked organization, and it didn't care about the group's total. It only cared about certain people and squashing on others and stomping on others. And that is now being done, cleaned up as it should be. Thank you, Congress, for coming in and standing up to what had to be done. We didn't need this anymore. We need to be united. And the more we talk about divisiveness, the more it happens. And you'll still see people try to do this. You know, your Jasmine Crockett's who's trying to make a name for herself so she can, because the Democratic Party's lost right now. That's why we're focused on Republicans, but you're over there. That it's background music now. It's noise. But that's what's happening. Tanya says all the Democratic Party judges need to be terminated. Jeannie says it was a scam. The BLM was a scam, as we show you. It's being terminated. It's being cleaned up. Let's put God first, America first. instead of worrying about individuals. It's about big team, little me. That's what the Conservative Party is about. That's what Donald Trump is about. Yet the media tries and goes after him and tries to paint him as something that he's not. And that's why his success is doing and going so damn well right now. So we're grateful. There is success, as I wanted to let you know. That is good. We are happy. And thank God, America is in a better state of affairs right now. I did want to show you one other thing today before we get out of here, because you guys brought it up and I didn't, and it was, we're starting to see, let me see if I can find this here. If it came out. Yeah, that wasn't it. That's not it either. Let me see. I thought I sent it. Let me see. Maybe I didn't. Okay. I didn't. It's all good. From the chat line, appreciate you guys talking about it. What I was going to talk about was the deportation app. What happened with this is the Trump DHS is launching a self-deportation deportation app called CBP Home. And what's happening with this is the Trump administration has taken that controversial CBP One cell phone app for migrants that the Biden administration was using, and they've now ripped it into a self-deportation app that is officially launching today. The app is now called CBP Home. CBP Home. It allows illegal aliens in the U.S. to register to self-deport. And DHS tells me that any migrants who had CBP One app on their phone will see it automatically update to this new self-deportation app starting today. And DHS can also use the data from the prior CBP One registrations to track migrants for removal. So in a nutshell, Trump just took Biden's program, which was bringing migrants in, and has now totally repurposed it to get them out. If that's not efficiency in action, I don't know what is. If that's not brilliance in action, I don't know what is. And if that's not putting America first, I don't know what is. We are grateful for you guys supporting us each and every day. Thank you so much for supporting cancelthisshow.com. If you know of advertisers who want to get with us, email me, vic@cancelthisshow.com. We appreciate it. You can also donate at cancelthisshow.com. Click on the donate button, or simple, you can go to Venmo or PayPal and go to Cancel This. We're grateful. Todd says, good. It should track them down. Donna says, is it in a different language? Kimberly says, supposedly one of AOC's illegal aides self-deported themselves. Tammy, now come on. Tammy says, deport AOC. No, unfortunately, she is legal. You don't want to deport her. Just charge her. Charge her for aiding and abetting illegals, as Pam Bondi said she was doing last week, as Tom Homan said, and charge her. She made a video to try to teach illegals how to evade ICE, which puts everybody in a bad situation. That's what you do. Don't deport her. Go put her in jail. Go put her in jail. That's what she wants anyway. So, guys, we are grateful for you. Support us. I know we didn't have X for most of the show today. I know we got hundreds of listeners there. Mike says, great show. Enjoy the day. Appreciate you guys. No matter where you're listening or watching around America, be safe, be good. Enjoy your day. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central. And thank you again for supporting Cancel This. Everything that we do for you guys, the People's Platform. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We are glad that you guys are with us. We're out. I'm Vic Faust for Cancel the Show, canceltheshow.com. Projo helping out behind the scenes. Appreciate him. Guys, have a great day and God bless.